Getting some breaking news now. The IMCT, or the central team, in its final observation after conducting inspections in several parts of West Bengal, has written to the Chief Secretary of the state. The IMCT has said that the state of Bengal has to be transparent about the COVID situation and consistent in reporting precise figures. So more questions being raised about the manner in which Bengal is reporting its cases. Suryagni is joining us with the details and with excerpts of that letter. Suryagni, take us through the excerpts of that letter and what the IMCT teams have noted.
Well, to just give a brief to the viewers, that IMCT team is returning back to Delhi today, and they have written a final letter, and they are calling it the final observation. This is the same, observation that will be sent to the MHA. It's been sent to the Chief Secretary of the state first. It's a 6-pointer letter that we have accessed over here in Republic TV, and the most important one. The most important one that is the second point, wherein they state that the IMCT notes that the state government made a pronouncement that henceforth all deaths of COVID patients would be indicated by the daily statistics, and death certificate would be issued by the hospital, with the committee of doctors only examining random sample. Now, this is a big step towards transparency. So this has been the biggest victory of the IMCT team, in their tour. Now, there has been a huge debate, huge controversy on the functioning of the audit committee, which has been auditing deaths related to COVID or not. That has been a huge talking point between, be it the political parties or the central and the state. And the last thing that we come to know from this particular letter, this particular final observation, is that that death certificates will be issued by the hospitals that are checking COVID patients if a person dies due to COVID. Now, this is a big announcement that has been made over here, and this is something that the audit committee is also, the IMCT is also, applauding. Apart from that, it also, questions the mortality rate, that is 12.8%, which is, by far one of the highest in the country. And, it also questions that a high mortality rate, indirectly means that low testings are happening. So this is the final report that they have, final observation that they have made after their 2 weeks of stay over here in West Bengal. We remember visuals of how, they came and, they went out, and again, there was a massive controversy whether they would be allowed or not. And finally, they did go out with 2 teams. So this is their final report. The same one will be filed to the MHA, and shortly a reply from the state on this entire matter is expected. Back to you.
Okay, thank you for joining us with those inputs. IMCT on the final day of its visit to West Bengal has written to the West Bengal Chief Secretary with details of what needs to be done in the state. Short break here on Republic TV, getting you the total number of cases across India, a roundup of how India is doing as phase 3 of the